Growth through learning. Navigating early career opportunities with wisdom. Question. Hello. In this confusing time, I've received an opportunity to move away from my family and start an internship in Georgia, USA. My start date is March 17th, and I believe it's a great opportunity. However, I haven't been able to finish preparing for the architectural certification exam I had been studying for. I'm wondering whether I should continue studying for the exam while adjusting to life in the US, or if I should focus on learning from the environment there. If it's the latter, what should I focus on in order to grow properly? I'm 26 years old. Answer. Whether you're going to the US, Italy, or anywhere else, in your 20s and into your 30s, it's important to focus on studying and building your foundation. If you approach things with the mindset of trying to succeed or climb the ladder quickly, things will start to go wrong. Does this mean you should turn down a promotion? No, promotions are not rewards for success, they're opportunities to learn in a new environment. Promotions are given so you can learn how to navigate and manage different aspects of society. When you're constantly learning, promotions will come naturally, and your environment will improve. Eventually, you'll be entrusted with important roles in society, not because you were trying to achieve something, but because you've grown and are ready. Up until your 30s, every new environment or challenge is given to you not to show off your skills, but to study and grow. Just like in school, as we move from lower to higher grades, we receive different books and teachers. In society, it's the same. Promotions aren't meant to be viewed as success, they're signals that it's time to study something new in a new context. If you don't study and keep advancing just by chasing positions or out of ambition, at some point, you'll hit a wall. That's how you end up stuck in the same role for life, like being a forever middle manager. But if you're studying and growing at each stage, you'll keep moving upward. If you stop learning and only focus on personal comfort, family needs, or climbing ranks, you'll stall. The system won't allow you to move up until you've finished the delayed learning from the lower levels. Society is designed to operate with absolute precision, down to 0.1 millimeters. If you're continually studying, your skills will improve, and as you prove capable of managing one group, you'll be given the opportunity to manage more. But you must always remain humble. Humility is what allows true learning to happen. Ask questions, admit what you don't know, and be open to learning from others. That way, new knowledge and helpful people will naturally come your way. Even within one rank, there are stages, like first, second, and third levels. If you do well at level 1, you're introduced to the people and opportunities of level 2, and so on. That's how growth happens, layer by layer. If you neglect your learning and only pursue comfort, status, or self-interest, you'll get stuck. Until you complete the studies you missed, you won't be able to move forward. Society won't let you rise until that backlog is cleared. Follow-up question. So, the questioner is going to the US for an internship but hasn't finished preparing for the architectural certification. Should they continue studying for it, or focus on adapting and learning from the American environment? Answer. Whether you're getting a job or entering a new environment, it's all just a vehicle, a way to access a new situation or meet new people. But you must be adaptable. Now is not the time to stubbornly cling to one plan. Your initial goal may get you through the door, but what matters is how you respond to what you encounter next. True wisdom lies in knowing when to change course based on the situation. If you insist on digging one well, things will get difficult. Someone who's rigid and only sticks to one path can't become a leader. A leader is someone who has explored multiple things, even in small amounts, and allowed those experiences to accumulate into a rich perspective. So if the American environment doesn't cause you great discomfort, try various things. Each experience adds something, and eventually, the ideas and insights that emerge from that foundation will be unique. Those born in the baby boomer and Gen X eras, roughly the 24 years after World War II, were naturally gifted with individual talents. But the generations after that, including today's youth, are living in an age where it's more about accessing and interacting with what already exists, rather than creating from scratch. So you must learn how to approach the world. This isn't the time to obsess over development or deep specialization. That kind of narrow focus will limit your perspective. You need to see the bigger picture. Even when going abroad, if life is giving you an opportunity, then take it as a form of education. Go with the mindset that everything you see and hear will teach you something. Take it in comfortably, and grow from the experience. Should I focus on my US internship or finish my architecture exam? Main question. I got an internship opportunity in the US, but I haven't finished preparing for my architecture certification exam. Should I keep studying for the exam while adjusting to life in the US, or focus fully on the internship? In your 20s and early 30s, focus on learning, not success. When you get promoted or given a new opportunity, it's not because you've made it, it's because you're being placed in a new environment to learn more. Promotions are learning opportunities, not rewards. That's the environment where you grow. If you don't keep learning, and only chase titles or comfort, you may end up stuck in the same position for life. Be flexible, not stubborn. Don't be rigid. Learn from whatever environment you're placed in. Try different things. Every experience adds up and helps shape your big picture thinking. Stay humble and keep learning. Ask questions, stay open, and don't assume you know everything. When you're humble, the right people and the right opportunities will naturally come to you. Bottom line. The internship is also a learning opportunity. If possible, keep studying for the architecture exam. But if it's too much, focus on adapting and learning from your new environment. Don't try to control everything. Be open to change. The experiences you gain now will help you become someone who can see and do much more in the future. I wrote the story based on the above article. Shedding tree. The tree that blooms before 30. Shedding tree, now boarding. Final call for Flight 372 to Georgia, USA. The night outside was still and heavy. In the cargo hold, Ji-hoon's suitcase sat quietly, packed with rolled-up blueprints, his half-finished architecture exam study book, and a small container of kimchi his mother had lovingly prepared. At 26, Ji-hoon was leaving Korea for the first time, headed to an architecture firm in Georgia for an internship. His heart brimmed with anticipation, but a lingering regret followed him like a shadow. I didn't finish the architecture exam. For the past 2 years, Ji-hoon had juggled a full-time job and early morning study sessions. His goal was clear: pass the exam, earn his certification, and finally secure a full-time position. Then, out of nowhere, came the opportunity to intern abroad. His boss was skeptical, his parents hesitant, his friends envious. Ji-hoon made the decision quietly. Maybe this will be the compass I've been looking for. America was foreign in every way. The language, the culture, the cold efficiency of the office, all overwhelming. He sat through meetings unable to contribute, ate lunch alone, and wondered if he had made the right choice. Sometimes, his thoughts drifted back to the certification books gathering dust on his desk in Korea. If I had just stayed and studied, would I be more secure? 3 weeks in, something shifted. One afternoon, Ben, the firm's director, approached him. "Hey Ji-hoon, can you help me with a project?" It was a remodel of an old church. Ji-hoon studied the sketch and offered a thought. "If we let more light in from this angle, the interior might feel warmer." Ben raised an eyebrow, then nodded. "Great, let's try that." That small moment opened a door. Gradually, Ji-hoon was invited into design meetings, asked for feedback. At night, after hours, he quietly opened his exam books again, reading under a weak desk lamp in the corner of the office. Language still felt like a wall, but in design, there were no borders. Every line he drew, every space he imagined, felt like returning to childhood Lego blocks, pure, free. Then one day, Ben asked, "Why architecture, Ji-hoon? Why this path?" Ji-hoon paused. Then answered, "Because I want to build places where people feel safe. Inspired. Like trees. Trees that give shade and air." Ben smiled. "Then keep growing, even slowly, but never stop." That sentence planted itself deep inside Ji-hoon's heart. On the last day of the internship, the office held a small farewell gathering. Ben handed Ji-hoon a hardcover book with a handwritten message inside. "Real growth comes when you're not trying to prove, but trying to learn." On the flight home, Ji-hoon looked out over the clouds. The anxiety he'd felt when leaving was gone. The certification? He'd returned to it, but now with a calmer mind and a fuller heart. So this is what it feels like, to truly be learning. Back in Incheon, a soft spring rain greeted him. Ji-hoon opened his umbrella and smiled. And quietly, he made a promise to himself. I'm becoming a tree. Slowly, but surely.